Hi, this is Bourbon, and we have a special treat for you here on BluesHerald.com. We have Guitar Shorty, so stay tuned to the BluesHerald.com. Okay, so we're here with Guitar Shorty, and I'd like to ask, first off, how long have you been playing guitar?
Oh, I've been playing guitar all my life. I tried to play guitar when I was 6. And I used to steal my uncle's guitar from under the bed while he was at work and take it out of the case. And call myself playing. I'd take it and lean it against the wall and fram on it. And then I would call myself dancing to the music because I like the way the guitar sound.
So Guitar Shorty, that's an interesting name. So can you give me your real name?
David Kearney.
Now, how did you get the name Guitar Shorty?
That came from a promoter out of Tampa, Florida named David Richardson. He gave me that name, and the way that name came up, I was doing a show there at the Club Royals on Central Avenue, and he had made an announcement on one weekend saying, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring in a show for you, and this fella named is Guitar Shorty. At that time, I wasn't Guitar Shorty. My name's that was using my biological name, David Kearney. So the following week, he came in, and just like he said, when we did the first set, the second set was showtime, and he said, right now, ladies and gentlemen, said, we have the show here for you. And I did promise you we have a young guy by the name of Guitar Shorty, and I thought Guitar Shorty myself was supposed to be in the dressing room behind the bandstand. And I kept looking and looking behind me, and I didn't see no Guitar Shorty. I saw the door at the green room that was kind of cracked open, and I figured he was hiding behind the door. But anyway, after the band did a show number, and he came up on stage and started talking about this guy, Guitar Shorty. And the people got kind of tired of hearing his mouth, and so they said, well, bring him out. So he said, well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the one and only Guitar Shorty. And I'm still sitting up on the stool looking behind me. And I kept looking and watching, and the band had always started playing a tune for me. And I had to turn around and look. He done turned around with the mic in his hand like this, pointing at me. And then I panicked. I didn't know what to do. The horn players put their horns down, came in and literally picked me up and took me out front to the front of the bandstand where the mic was. And that was it.
Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Houston, but I was raised in a place called Kissimmee, Florida. My music influences was B.B. King. I used to listen to him a lot. And also, I used to listen to T-Bone Walker. In fact, I used to work with T-Bone Walker in my younger age, I should put it. And I used to listen to this guy out of Chicago. They called him Earl Hooker. To me, he was the baddest blues player I'd ever heard.
Now, one of the things I noticed is your show has a lot of showmanship in it. For instance, you walk through the crowd, walk around the building, walk the bar. I mean, where did that come from?
Well, my show actually is a show off of Guitar Slim. When I was working with Guitar Slim, I used to see Guitar Slim take the guitar. He had about a 200 feet cord. He would take it, get on his valet shoulders, and it would take him on down through the crowd from the bandstand. The crowd would move over and let him through. Then he would turn around and bring him back. He would get off his valet's shoulders and get back on the bandstand. Then he would jump off the stage and run back that way, same way he came from, and come halfway back, and he would fall down on the floor and kick his heels up playing the guitar while he laying on his back. Then he would take the guitar off his stomach, and he would roll over on his stomach, put the guitar behind his head, and he would scoot across the floor like a worm. Didn't care what kind of suit he had on. And he would get up, he'd be so dirty sometimes, the side of his face be dirty, but he still give them people a show. And when I saw him do that, I said, if he can do that, I can turn flips. That's where my show came from. And the rest of the stuff you see me doing, like climbing up on stage, up on bad bars, running and turning flips with the guitar, that came from me. That's my thing. Jimmy was very well loved by me and many people today. He was very, very quietly spoken. Ray Charles, because Ray taught me a lot during the time I was with him. And when he found out I was getting ready to leave, he told me, he said, son, you take what I gave you, and it will take you a long way. I learned a lot from Ray. I learned how to deliver a song, even when I had a cold. He asked me to do Sweet Little Angels for him this particular night. And I told him, I said, Ray, I can't sing that song, I have a bad cold. And he said, son, come here, man. He used to pull me up to him. He said, let me tell you something. If you can't sing with a cold, you can't sing without a cold. He said, now, will you sing that song for Ray? And he loved to hear me sing Sweet 16, because at that time I had a real high voice. I sang it. And he loved that part. And if you listen to Ray's Old Mary Ann, the first one that he recorded, you'll hear that Ray had a cold too. His voice cracked on that. It was a 45. And when I heard that, I said, now I know what he was talking about, but it's way up in age when I found out about that. Sam, I really love working with Sam. I love the way he could control his voice and stuff, and how he would approach the audience. He had the audience in the palm of his hand the minute he walked on that stage and walked out front. That was a great experience for me. That's when he had Bob Tate with him, and he had Kansas City Bells on drums, and he had Cliff White on rhythm guitar. And I can't think of all the guests, it's been so long, but he had Lou Ross was with him at the time, and George McKern. If you remember George McKern, when they finally left, he recorded a tune called "I'm Just a Country Boy." And who else was that with him? That was Lou Ross. I said that. J.W. Alexander was with him. And in fact, J.W. Alexander ended up being his manager in the end. And he was also my manager. Willie Dixon gave me my first opportunity to record in Cooke Records, for Cooke Records. And the way that happened, I was still in Florida. Willie and my manager at that time, they call him Pawn Shop Lewis. They had got together, and I didn't know anything about it. Came up with a deal to fly me into Chicago and record me. And so I wrote 2 songs and didn't know how to sing the songs. I had a melody for it, but I didn't know how to sing it in time. And we found that out when they took me in the studio, and he saw it was going to be a problem. So he said, well, look here, son, what we do this? I'm going to shut this studio down, and you and me, I'm going to take you to my place, and we're going to take a couple of days off, and we come back. How would you like to do that? I said, whatever it takes. I don't mind. I want to do it. So it took us 2 days, and we came back. We ran those 2 songs off just like it was nothing. One of them is called Irma Lee, and the other one called You Don't Treat Me Right. Meet the people at their level and let them know that you appreciate them and you love them and you thank them for being a service to you. Because in reality, they don't owe you nothing. I've seen it so many times in my lifetime. Some guys, people walk up to them and ask them for an autograph, and they push them out the way and keep walking. To me, that's not me. That's not nice. And another word of wisdom for the youngest that's coming up, try to get a good education, learn the business before you step out there, and because this is not a pretty thing in the music world. It's wicked, and it's causes that's when the guys don't really know what's going on. I would like to say thank you for your support. I love you, and Guitar Shorty is trying to reach the sky. I'm going for the limit if I can make it, but I can't make it without your help and your support. Thank you very much, and God bless you.